Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, our Patriot Bald Eagle. Tonight, we've got some things we need to discuss, guys. More bad news, and I hate delivering bad news, but it's getting worse, and we just need to talk about this. I'm going to get right into it here. We are noticing coffee prices going up again. Coffee has gone up again at Sam's Club and at Costco. The biggest one that we've noticed has been Folgers. After going up to nearly $15 for the 43.5 ounce cans of Folgers Classic Roast, we have seen where they are now $17.49 at Costco, $17.48 at Sam's Club. And I'll tell you, this is why we always say, especially on things that are going way up in price right now, buy up the sales when you see them, because who knows what the price is going to be like tomorrow, and it can never be more true than today, as Folgers is getting out of reach. Next thing I want to talk about here is Dollar Tree. Now, it's been a lot of you been talking about Dollar Tree and a lot of different things that are going to be going up to $1.50. I think maybe yesterday, I don't know. I got to make it back to Dollar Tree to see what's going on. But I've been reading some articles on beware the red sticker. And I saw a couple of you guys mention, watch out for the red stickers at Dollar Tree. And I haven't really seen any, for myself. I did see one, I think, on an item. But they're blank stickers. They're red stickers. And I don't know if they're using those to cover up the prices. Maybe some of the $1.25 prices. Maybe putting banners there, that whether it's $1.50 or whatever price it's going to be. The reason they're doing that is because they have a lot of products that they have implemented the $1.25 into the advertising. Like it's like integrated into the box. It's not a sticker at all. That's why we're seeing like red stickers and stuff like that. And eventually some of those items are probably going to go up to $1.50. So I wanted to talk about that for just a second. We knew that was going to happen. We knew that some things we've been talking about that some things were going to go up to $1.50. We've seen where some of their items that have gone up to $1.75. And the items that I'm talking about right now are items that they have already had in their stores that were $1.25 that are now $1.50. Primarily food items. We saw where ramen noodles, their 5-packs, went from $1.25 to $1.50. We've seen where a variety of other things like the 3-pack noodles, cups of noodles, those went up to $1.50. The bread, a lot of their bread that was $1.25 is now $1.50. We've seen where the aluminum, like the different aluminum pans and aluminum foil, are now $1.75. Those products have never had the $1.25 sticker on them, which makes me think that could actually go up higher in price. Well, something I noticed the other day at Kroger, I noticed that the 6-packs of ramen noodles went from $2 to $2.29. I feel this is kind of sickening in a way, because I'm noticing price increases on the very cheap foods. A lot of people can barely afford to get by these days, especially with things that are going on everywhere. A lot of the different price increases and everything else at the stores have kept people, now me, I like ramen noodles. I've always, maybe it's because I grew up, out of school and everything. After I got out of school and, my late teens, early 20s, I was living cheap, but I would always do things with ramen noodles that made it taste better, like add different chicken, add like a chicken breast, kind of mix it in, cook it in with ramen noodles, kind of made a pretty good meal. A substantial meal if you're single, it was quick, it was easy, and it was very cheap. Very cheap. Well, not as cheap today. Still cheap, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, but that's a pretty heavy price increase at Kroger, $2.29 for a 6-pack of ramen. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if we saw something like that go up at Dollar Tree. Part of the reason why we're not seeing coffee, or the Folgers coffee, at least our Dollar Tree here in Cincinnati, Ohio, is because of exactly what I was talking about a month ago. Coffee has gotten so expensive. 43.5 ounces at Sam's Club is now $17.48, $17.49 at Costco, right? And that has been a victim of like 3 price increases since February, right? Because we saw where it went up to $12.90, right around $12.99. We saw it it was on sale at Sam's Club there for a while, and then we saw it jump up just under $15, and now $17.48 at Sam's Club. And you better believe that coffee's going to be going up again in some of your major supermarkets like Kroger, Publix, Walmart. We've seen where at Walmart, Folgers has gotten unaffordable. And the reason why I talk about Folgers so much is because I know that's what most of our viewers on the channel here drink. This is always the one that I've always gotten hundreds, maybe thousands of comments, to look for the different deals on Folgers. Maxwell House being another one. And Maxwell House is getting pretty pricey too. $15.48, I believe, at Sam's Club. $15.48 or $15.49, I believe, at Costco. I might be off a penny or two, but we saw where that has gone up. The shrinkflated 27.5 ounce containers at places like Kroger and Walmart, Meijer, Publix. Well, no, Publix. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much it is there. I can only imagine how much coffee is at Publix right now. It's probably through the roof. But at least at Kroger, the 27.5 ounce can is now $13.99. Mind you, that is up from $10.99. That is up $3 and probably growing. The 43.1 ounce canister we saw go up to, is it $15.49 now at Sam's Club? Yeah, $15.48. We saw where it was $12.48, now $15.48, and I do believe, not sure what it is at Costco. But coffee's going through the roof, guys. Next thing, I'm just kind of rolling through these tonight here because I'm just trying to get to the point. Just trying to get to the points here. Canned goods, guys, you find some sales on canned goods. You might want to stock up on a few if it's within the means of your budget. Canned items are going up in price. One of the biggest ones we've seen as of recent has been Campbell's. I talked about this the other day. Most of the 10.75 ounce cans, the little cans at Kroger, are now $1.99. That is up 10 cents from $1.89 of what it's been for a long time, but very pricey for Campbell's soup. Now, I will say we saw where Campbell's Chunky went up to $2.99 at Kroger. Okay, but it's the last I said it did go up at Walmart, but it's $2.48 a can. Now that was a price increase a few weeks ago, so we'll have to see what that is at Walmart here shortly. I'm planning a trip to Dollar Tree because we got to find out with these $1.50 items. I don't know if those actually went up the other day. Make sure you let us know down in the comments if you know. And I know some of them have gone up already. It's not all items, though. It's not all items. I do believe most of the food and stuff like that is still $1.25. Most of Dollar Tree is still $1.25, but how long is that going to last? Right? It's why we've been saying, like, when we go shopping at Dollar Tree, I'm always like, hey, if you see this stuff you like for $1.25, you might want to get it before it goes up to $1.50. Don't know if a lot of it is, but as of right now, I don't believe so. Right? They've got the little sticker coverings and stuff like that. And that is going to be a sign of what's going up. And I would definitely make sure that you double check if you see one of those blank red stickers over top of an old $1.25 product to see if it actually is $1.50. Most likely it is, because they wouldn't have a reason to put that sticker over top of it. And this is probably just a sticker to last until they print out a bunch of those $1.50 stickers. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just like, why would they do it if they didn't have it? I guess they got a lot of the red ones and they're just putting those on there so that there's no confusion. But even most of the things that I've heard is going up at Dollar Tree, it's still going to be worth $1.50, especially in these times with things going up like crazy. We said this was going to happen, guys. I always say stock up on the sales as you see them because, now more than ever, it's definitely important, something that we need to do, and just pay attention. Pay attention. If you know a product that you buy on a regular basis, if you hear or see that some of this stuff is going up, well, then when you visit another store like Walmart, this is where Walmart can really be helpful, because usually Walmart, even at regular price, is going to be a little bit cheaper than most grocery stores. So it is something to remember. Trying to look at Walmart. The last couple times I've gone to Walmart, we've seen some serious price increases. But I think Walmart is ahead of the game. I think Walmart's very ahead of the game because they always seem to raise their prices first, right? And then it's like, well, now we're starting to see it happen at Kroger, Meijer, some other places. We get comments from, price increases with Publix and stuff like that all the time. Of course, Publix doesn't surprise me because they're a pretty expensive place to shop at. Kroger is too, unless you shop the sales. Publix is very expensive unless you shop like the BOGO deals, the buy one, get one deals. So, guys, we're keeping an eye on everything, especially like meat prices and stuff like that. Hopefully, eventually, some of these meat prices go down a little bit. But with everything pointing in the direction of everything else going up, from cars to gas to this to that, it's all like a domino effect. It all what affects one thing is going to affect another. That affects another, and it's unfortunate because we're the ones that are going to end up paying for it, one way or another, whether that's through food or a used car or homes, home insurance. It's going to cause insurance to go up as well. I don't know, guys. Like, I hate talking about this stuff, but it's like we're seeing it. We're seeing it happen. I wish that I would have been wrong a couple months ago when we were talking about this, but this is why we talk about these things, because it's like I know how this has worked over the last few years. I've been doing this long enough with seeing how different products go up in stores, when we're going to see things go up. Not so much what you hear on TV, but we're actually seeing and how it's happening in the stores, right? Because when you're watching one thing go way up in price like coffee, well, we're not watching like deodorant and toothpaste and stuff like this that's getting ridiculously overpriced, right? Trying to do a lot more of that now and kind of branch, not just on food, but other things as well. Make sure you let us know down in the comments anything that you've noticed that has gone way up in price, or anything that's gone up in price, as we try to piece together things as quickly as possible, so that we can kind of come up with some kind of chart. I remember a couple of years ago we were doing like different charts when we were finding items disappear in stores, and we were trying to do like different routes, like, well, it's here in this store, Walmart's got this, Kroger has this. It really does help, and you may be helping your neighbor by abbreviating your city and state of some of the things that you're seeing. Now, I will have to make it back to Walmart, but it is a little strange. I thought I would mention this. I know a lot of our viewers that like to stock up on like different canned chicken and stuff. Well, since I had seen that, or not seen, the canned chicken, the Great Value chicken at our Walmart, it was very low a time before when I went, and the last time I went to Walmart, it was completely gone. So what that usually means, especially with Walmart, is we'll see something go away, and then we'll see it come back at a higher price. Whether that's an advertising change or whether there's no rhyme or reason to it, but usually when that happens, we'll see things go away, come back at a higher price. And we've had a few different viewers that have from all over the country. One of you from Arizona that was talking about Walmart and how you have not been able to find the canned chicken. Let me tell you, it's not something that's going to be going away. I could almost guarantee you that it's going to come back at a higher price. I won't guarantee it because, when I do that, then it'll be, hopefully it stays the same price, hopefully. But 9 times out of 10, that is what'll happen. We started seeing some different coffees disappear there for a while. And this was a while back. But that's when we first started seeing some pretty heavy price increases on coffee. And remember, this was before the different weather patterns that were causing coffee to go up now in price. Okay, this was just other things for no reason at all for those to go up in price. And I talk about coffee a lot because I know a lot of us drink coffee, and this is a coffee rant. So I figured might as well add that in there. But I'm keeping an eye on like canned vegetables, canned fruits, stuff like that. We've seen where, Walmart and Aldi, their canned corn, green beans, peas, these went up a while ago, 76 cents a can, okay, which is pretty significant. I'm actually expecting these might go up again. Now, I don't know when. I think something else is going to have to go up first, right? But we're seeing less and less sales on a lot of things like canned Hunt's tomatoes, canned Rotel. We're seeing these actually sell for $1.50 a can now. It's another thing I was kind of talking about. When we see these things, these stickers that say, oh, low price. And it's like, well, it's not, because it's $1.50 a can now. And yeah, your regular price was $1.50. right? But we've seen these for $1.25 for the last year. So as to where it's not a price increase, it's 25 cents more than what you've been paying over the last year. So really it is, right? It's just a different way of looking at it, I guess. But anyway, guys, that's we're keeping our eye out on other things as well. We know this is going to keep growing. We know this is going to keep getting bigger. Try to focus on a lot of the different places that have some really good deals, like Aldi. If you have an Aldi, Aldi has dropped some prices. I kind of look at it as more of like some extended Aldi saver deals. I feel like the price drops that Aldi has done, not as good as they've had in years past, but I will take anything. These days, I will take any kind of price decrease. No decreases on anything like coffee or anything like that at Aldi, or any of the canned vegetables from what I've seen. And they will be in the look of a red sticker, so it will look like an Aldi Saver deal. I kind of like that. Now, it makes it a little easier to determine now that they have, like, it actually says price drop on it. But I just look at it as a sale, an extended sale. And usually I'll go into, I'll tell you, this is what I do. I go into Aldi, and it's like I have like a couple things that me and Jessica need or want, and we have like little check mark things, like, well, we're not going to pay full price for some of these things, right? But if it's on sale, we'll get it. So going in there, I saw a lot of things that me and Jessica get that were on a price drop, and I was pretty happy about that. I mean, those plates we like for $4.99. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. Those have gotten up to $6.25 to a certain point, and then they came back down to $5.79, and then they went down to $5.29. So whatever brought that price down, thank you for that. Love those plates. And some other things that they've had come, like some different breads that they've had some price drops on. I do think it's kind of funny, like their buns and their hot dog buns and like hamburger buns, $1.39 for those on an Aldi. Or no, it's a price drop. So that's gonna be through the summer. I believe that was one of the price drops. But I was looking at it, I was like, $1.39. I mean, it's kind of expensive for store brand, for Love and Fresh anyway, and I understand bread is really, I haven't checked on Walmart bread lately. Have you guys? The last I saw, great value, like the white bread, I believe was $1.42. The honey wheat is like $1.78, I think. And then the whole wheat, I believe, is $1.87. Just I remember that because of the flip number. But I don't know if those have gone up. I'll have to check on that, because people have been saying breads have been going up. And yes, you're right. I saw brownberry bread the other day for $5.29 a loaf. There ain't a bread on earth that is worth $5.29. Brownberry, yeah, okay, it's good. It ain't $5.29 good. Okay, I'll take my Sunbeam for $1.99. Or what's the one? Oh, I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, it's like a 15 grain bread. Pepperidge Farm. I'll get that when it's like on sale. Or that beefsteak rye bread, that's really good. Yeah, you're going to pay, usually get either one like when it's on sale for $3.50 or $4. Because those are right up around $5 too. But to me, that's really good quality bread. That's my opinion. A lot of you guys might like brownberry. I don't know. Not a huge fan. But guys, we just got to keep our eyes open. We're going to continue to do the shopping videos, try to find the best deals out there in a world where that is getting harder to do, guys. I'll tell you. Most of you know, if you watched the video when I went shopping at Kroger the other day, I was like, what the heck? When I saw the ramen noodles go up 30 cents, I was like, the world is coming to an end. No, I'm just kidding. But, it's like, and then you see all that stuff, the Campbell's, and it's like, are they expecting? That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes I feel like some stores know they're not going to sell it, and they use it maybe as their own advertising. Maybe they're selling Kroger brand a lot more. When you see Kroger brand for $1 or $1.25, and you see Campbell's for $3 or for $1.99, we've used a lot of Kroger brand soups and stuff, and they're pretty good. You're not going to have the massive selection that you have of Campbell's, and there are some things I would prefer Campbell's. I love Campbell's cream of celery. There you go. Their cream of celery, it's really good. It's really good. Is it $1.99 good? That's why I stock up on it when they have like the $1.25 deals. I mean, I don't know if it'll be like that again, but I've got plenty of cans in the cupboard, you know, to get us through with the chicken and dumplings or whatever I need to use it for. Bought those up when they were $1.25 a can. Those were the ones that were $1.89 a can. I just can't believe how some of this stuff's gone up, guys. But, well, there's the grocery, the bad news, grocery news. Bad grocery news for the evening. I hope everybody has a good weekend. Make sure you are stocking up on sales as you see them or however you see fit within the means of your budget. Just basically throwing out another Dano public service announcement here that prices are going up. And who knows what's next or what's coming. We don't know, but we know that things are going up, and it's happening just like all of you and I have said, that when we start hearing about different taxes, it doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it could be metal, wood, whatever. These companies will find a way to use that as an excuse to raise their prices. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.